Greetings everybody, it's Jim, and as you can see, we're going to be talking about some World War II action here today. And when it comes to wargaming, everybody has that urge every so often to play the big game, the grandiose game, right? I mean, wargaming already takes 2 to 3 hours as it is, but yet there's that desire just to go bigger, to go more epic. They want to play that game where they actually feel like they're moving pieces around this big giant map with a shuffleboard stick, right? So today I'm going to be talking to you about why you should be playing the EastFront series from Columbia Games. Now, the best way to start talking about the EastFront series is, of course, talking about EastFront itself. It is, after all, one of the top 100 war games of all time, according to Board Game Geek. It's actually number 53 right now on the list, so it's pretty far up there. And when it comes to EastFront, it is, of course, about the Russian front of the war, which gets a decent amount of play in war game circles. But generally, when you talk about World War II gaming, it's generally talking about the West Front, which is, of course, up in Germany's face. And that's what those two games right there are all about. The maps are huge. The scale is epic. I mean, it's really these games are really a lot of fun. But to me, it's when Eurofront gets into the mix that just changes everything. Because this is where you get all the minor powers. I mean, everybody from Norway to Turkey gets involved, and that really changes the scale, and you just have a different feel of the game altogether. Now, here's the map for Eurofront, all of them combined into one. This is the motivation right here. I mean, look at this beast. Come on, tell me you're not looking at it right now. If you've seen this laid out on a table at a convention or a game store, you're walking past it, tell me that you're not going to just say, oh yeah, I'm spending all day playing that. You want to. This is the motivation. This is what it's all about. It's just playing on that epic scale map. And speaking of epic, it gets even crazier. So the Eurofront map is 45 inches by 68 inches. It's no small thing whatsoever. And what you're looking at here is the neoprene version. And it's all one piece and everything. It definitely, I mean, look at that thing. It's as big as Gran is. I mean, this would definitely give you the feel of moving the pieces with a shuffleboard stick. I think I should look those up and try. Maybe I should try to import some of those shuffleboard sticks and sell them with the game. That's what I think I ought to do. But this is absolutely humongous. Now, of course, EastFront uses the Columbia Block War Game system, which, if you're not familiar with it, check the link down below for a small tutorial. Be warned, you might fall in love. It's a beautiful system. It's why it's so highly regarded. But as far as EastFront goes, there's a number of reasons why this is highly regarded. And one of them is supply lines. Now, this is a wargaming norm, supply lines. You hear it about it all the time. But EastFront does it very well because you're checking rail lines. And truthfully, most units in World War II were not destroyed by combat. They weren't. They were forced to surrender because they were isolated, and this game really captures that idea. Another thing is about maintaining a reserve. I mean, it's really not the greatest idea to take all your forces and just go for a full blitz. Because you're going to have weak points. Things are not going to work out as planned, as you've heard. All plans work until it hits the enemy, right? So we'll see what happens and if you don't have a reserve, because that counterattack's coming. Which comes to the next thing is about the idea of headquarters. Every time you move units, so many units, you're going to have your headquarters is going to go down in strength, and you can move everybody at once if you really wanted to, but now you got nothing. Even if you have reserves, you're not going to be able to withstand a counterattack by your opponent if they've saved up their headquarter movement. Okay, you're always going to be, if you spend too much, you're always going to be reacting rather than attacking, so it's going to be, that's a very big part in the game, and it adds a lot to it as opposed to other war games where it's like you can move all your units and they can move all theirs. So, of course, EastFront is no small thing in scale whatsoever. Big games take about 4 to 6 hours to play. Of course, when you get to the Eurofront and you have it all combined, it's even larger. But if you've got that kind of dedication, you really want to play the big game, and you're a war gamer, this is the game to get. This is the series for you, and you might want to buy it all at once. Save yourself $50 because there is a bundle deal, and of course, there's the new neoprene map. But anyway, folks, that is EastFront, and I'll see you next video.